A few months ago, Meta quietly dropped something that instantly caught my attention: Oakley's version of Meta smart glasses. At the time, these actually looked like the better option on paper. They promised stronger video performance, better battery life, and a more serious, performance-focused approach compared to the first Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Now, I'll be honest, I wasn't exactly in love with the design. The look was very aggressive and sporty, which is classic Oakley, but aesthetics weren't my main concern. What I really wanted was a simple, hands-free way to capture life as I see it, without constantly reaching for my phone. That's ultimately why I bought them. I spent a little over $500 on the Oakley Meta glasses with transition lenses. My goal was simple: capture clean POV footage with minimal effort and the best quality possible. And to their credit, that's exactly what they delivered. It worked. They were reliable. They did what smart glasses are supposed to do. But then, not long after, Meta announced the second-generation Ray-Ban Meta glasses, and suddenly things got interesting. The new Ray-Bans matched the Oakleys almost spec for spec. Same photo resolution, same video resolution, same storage, same battery life. At that point, curiosity took over, and I decided to pick up a pair of Ray-Bans as well. Once again, about $500 with transition lenses. So now I had both pairs side by side, and I could finally answer the question people kept asking me: which one is actually better? I spent about 2 months living with the Oakleys before switching. I took them on a family trip to Disney World, and honestly, that experience alone sold me on smart glasses as a category. I captured moments with my kids that I didn't plan to record: small laughs, spontaneous reactions, little memories that would have been lost if I had to pull out my phone every time. And that's something I really want to highlight here. If you have kids, smart glasses are kind of incredible. You stay present in the moment while still capturing it, and that alone makes either of these glasses worth considering. Design, though, is where the biggest difference starts to show. The Oakley Meta glasses lean heavily into that performance look: sharp lines, angular edges, and a noticeably thick nose bridge. On some people that looks great. On me, it just didn't. I didn't hate them, but I was always aware that I was wearing them. They felt more like a piece of tech than a pair of everyday glasses. The Ray-Ban Meta glasses, especially the Wayfarer style, feel completely different. The design is more rounded, more balanced, and much closer to what most people think of as classic eyewear. They don't scream smart glasses, they just look like normal glasses, and that matters more than you'd expect. Ray-Ban also gives you multiple frame styles and size options, which makes it much easier to find a fit that works for your face. Speaking of fit, the Ray-Bans come in both standard and large sizes, while the Oakleys only come in one. On paper, the weight difference between the two is minimal, but on my face, the Ray-Bans feel lighter and more comfortable. Whether it's the frame shape or how the weight is distributed, I can wear the Ray-Bans longer without thinking about them, and that's a big win. Now, cameras are obviously the main reason people buy these, and the good news is that both perform really well. Both shoot 12-megapixel photos. As long as you're not trying to zoom in like crazy, the results are surprisingly good. We're so used to massive megapixel numbers on phones that it's easy to forget how capable a well-optimized camera can be. Video is capped at 3000 on both pairs, which is perfect for casual POV footage. One quick tip: by default, both glasses record at 1080p, so make sure you go into the settings and switch them to 3K. Once you do, the footage looks sharp, stable, and natural. I honestly couldn't see a meaningful difference in video quality between the Oakleys and the Ray-Bans for everyday use. Storage is the same on both as well. You get 32 gigabytes, which works out to roughly 1,000 photos or well over 100 video clips. For most people, that's plenty, especially since you'll probably be offloading footage regularly. Another underrated feature of these glasses is open-ear audio. You can listen to podcasts, audiobooks, and take phone calls while still being aware of your surroundings. For voice content and calls, both pairs sound excellent. Music, however, is where expectations need to be realistic. The audio is fine, but it's flat. There's not much bass or depth, and that's simply the limitation of speakers built into glasses. That's why, if music matters to you, pairing smart glasses with open-ear earbuds makes a lot more sense. I've been testing a pair that delivers much better sound while still keeping that open-ear awareness, and the difference is night and day. Smart glasses are great cameras first, but they're not meant to replace headphones. Controls are identical on both models. You've got a physical capture button on the right side for photos and videos, voice commands like "Hey Meta," and a touch-sensitive area for volume and media controls. Everything feels intuitive once you get used to it, and I never had issues with responsiveness on either pair. One area where I clearly prefer the Ray-Bans is the charging case. The Ray-Ban case just looks better. The brown leather style finish feels premium and fits nicely into everyday life. It looks good on a desk or nightstand, whereas the Oakley case leans more into that sporty, functional aesthetic. The Ray-Ban case also opens wider, making it easier to grab the glasses without touching the lenses. Something I constantly struggled with on the Oakleys. Battery life is identical on both. You'll get around 8 hours of regular use, plus nearly 2 full days of extra charge from the case. Fast charging is supported as well, and it came in clutch during travel. I'd drop the glasses in the case for a short break, and they'd be ready to go again before I even noticed. Call quality is excellent on both pairs thanks to the 5-microphone setup. I took calls in busy places like theme parks and city streets, and people on the other end had no trouble hearing me. There's a mic adjustment setting if you need it, but I never touched it. At the end of the day, here's the real takeaway. The Oakley Meta glasses and the Ray-Ban Meta glasses are functionally the same. Same features, same performance, same price range. The decision really comes down to comfort, fit, and personal style. For me, the Ray-Bans simply look better, feel lighter, and fit more naturally into my everyday life. That's why I kept them. Hopefully this video helped clear things up if you're trying to decide between the two. If you're interested in picking up a pair, check the links in the description. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.